Y'all know Mr. can't let the house get redone without trying to redo everything in it, right? Problem solvers do. Workaholic problem solvers. He really needs to calm down. Really needs to calm it all the way down. I'm not saying don't take pride in what you do. I'm saying take priority in your health. Look, he looks out for my health, you know, all day, all night. He got shit failing, and he looking up physicians for me. Like, how did he go to the ER room? Like, how did he go to the ER, but I got a mammogram that day? Maybe I should twist it like that for him. You know, he always doing for other people to his own detriment. Maybe I should twist it like that for him. You can't make sure I see the doctor if you're not well enough to, right? Right. I mean, I appreciate the love, but love me enough to love you, because you are important to me, right? Yeah. You know, we know better than most people that claim to be in relationships how important that is. Take care of you for me, too. I love you, man. I want to show you a few things that I got at the home improvement store, because as a good wife, you can't let him go to the home improvement store without you getting some. Ooh, okay, that's another thing. He wanted to take me to get my nails did. Now that I'm going to go ahead and receive graciously, because, real quick, let me put a t-shirt on, because, okay, this will work temporarily. Oh, and I need some ice water, girl. So a couple things I was going to show you that I got from the home improvement store while he was there was I got these cheap ass air freshener bead situations, and they don't work. They don't smell. They don't give a whole room any aroma. But what I do is, you know, my Yankee wax warmer. I pour these beads into the wax. Once the wax is melted, I'll pour several of these beads into it, and so as it warms, as the tea candle heats the wax, it also, the idea is that this will just be added fragrance to the candle that's already in there. I'm just showing my little tidbits I got when you went to I want some more of these damp ribs too. I got these refills, damp rib refills. It looked like you just put them in, I want to call it a diffuser, but it's just a container. And it probably has air vents in it so that the smell can come through. But ain't nobody got time for that. When these, this was a pack of 2 of these for 99 cents. I want more of these.
Did they have one?
Huh?
Did they have one?
Uh-huh. But these are the only 2 cents I want. I put one in your bathroom, you see? On the vent. I put one over there. I put one under the kitchen sink. Because they're nice and light. You know, normally do stuff that's too overwhelming in my lungs. Speaking of, did you make me something? You want to make me something before you leave?
Yeah, I'm just going to.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to the store. You finna go play with the tree now?
Yeah.
Okay. Is the water back on?
Yeah.
Come, you can't see nothing. Come see. Come see, I'll edit it out. Okay. You're welcome. Bro. Can't see nothing but the TV. And the light, the ceiling light, or whatever fixture. So he told me he was going to take it easy. And he sounded like he meant it this time, so. And he said that without me telling him what I just told you. I was telling him to be careful, you know, because he's, I told you, since the house is we're getting a new exterior, he's fixing everything inside. Not that anything was broken, but, you know, he just put a new water filter in, and he's making sure the old lawnmower works because he's going to give it to his dad, and he's going to trim this forsythia that has gotten way, way out of hand in the landscaping. And I really didn't want him to be up on a ladder. Like, he trimmed around the sides, but when he levels it out off the top, when he tops it off, I didn't want him to be on no ladder without me out there, you know. I'm glad, since he's such a fixer guy, I'm glad that he is not about that ladder on the roof. He doesn't like to paint, and he doesn't like to climb up on the roof or whatever, which is great. That means he has a full understanding of how life could change in a moment's notice. I need to let that get a little bit older. I like the tartness, but when they're not quite ripe enough, that tartness is doing the most. He's doing all this stuff before breakfast. So I actually cut him up a Honeycrisp. You know, y'all know I'm here for Honeycrisps. And I never did like apples. When I was young, I didn't like apples. Because he had those Washington. I only knew of the Washington Reds. I had no concept of there being different types of apples that actually tasted recognizably different. And so later, even when I start eating other apples, Gala, whatever, Fuji, they just taste like apples. They weren't as, you know, the Washington Reds are like soggy to me, spongy, and nasty. But as of 2012, actually I tasted them in 2011, and I thought it was a fluke. I was like, this apple's good. And then in 2012, I tasted them again, and it was a consistent flavor, and I was like, okay, this is real. I love Honeycrisp apple. So I hope whoever the breeder is not racist, because I'm gonna be a low-key spokeswoman for Honeycrisp apple. So any black farmers growing Honeycrisps? Because I want you to get a deal with the major grocery store chain, girl. Or bruh man, whichever you are. So I'm going to let this mango sit and get old. That's actually why I didn't finish it last night. I'm destroying this last sliver of Honeycrisp. It's so refreshing. Made me put my mango all the way down. I'm gonna get in the shower. Discard pouch, empty liquid. So does the liquid collect in the pouch or in the container that holds it? Let me see. That's what they look like. Because I've had a damp red bucket before. Hopefully the liquid will form in the pouch. I believe it will. Anyway, they smell very nice. Nice and light, but powerful enough to sit in a small area. But not so powerful that I can't just sniff it like I just did. Smell it. And you know. So I got lavender, vanilla, and fresh scent. Put one in my trunk for those times that I was too lazy to put the groceries away soon enough. And my potatoes did a number in my vehicle, which smells horrible. Never let that happen to you. And put these cheap ass things somewhere. I knew I should have just gotten one, but I like the colors of this one so much. I might just use that as a decor bowl. I haven't opened this one. This one I have. Got air vents there. I'm gonna get in the shower though. I was just thinking about you when that song was on too. And here you come. Thank you. I love you too. Be careful. Girl, that's why I slut shame y'all. That's why. Because everyone has a choice. You have a choice, and you can find love. And it doesn't have to be a complicated search, bitch. Stop valuing the wrong shit and the wrong humans. And matter of fact, Let me tell you about these two things, and then I'm gonna go get in the shower, girl. Okay. I think it's three things. Well, there's this chick who's popular enough to have hundreds of thousands of subscribers, right? So she goes through her little YouTube thing where she's taking a break from YouTube because this. And in her defense, she got legit. You know what? Y'all know I'm never feeling y'all when y'all come on and explain to unless you have built a genuine following of good people who are following you for moral reasons. If you just build a bunch of people just by sucking a bunch of random followers and everybody welcome type situation, then I don't feel nothing for you when you go through this, okay? But in all fairness, this particular girl, because she's still a girl, she married and all that good stuff, she's still a girl, okay? To even need y'all's attention and support the way she, you know what, never mind, because she don't need it, she don't. But anyway, she had the whole video of, you know, I'm leaving YouTube, taking a break for a while, whatever, and I like those videos. And let me tell you why. I like those videos because I like to go in the comments of those videos and laugh at y'all's parents. Okay? I laugh at y'all's parents. So she had all the regular Stanish, stalkish type. And I know sometimes people just say using it lightly and kidding or whatever. But she has a typical Stanish, stalkish type. Hundreds of thousands of subscribers, right? So she gonna have people going, nah, girl, I'm packing my bags and moving in with you. You ain't leaving me. Right? All this stuff. And then you got a few people that saying, take the time you need, whatever. And then there was one person that said, why do all you popular YouTubers go through this? So I want to take this moment on my video to answer that question. Because when the quenched thirst comes to roost. Because when the quenched thirst comes to roost, your thirst for a huge following was such that your esteem, ego, and our priorities are affected by whether they validate you or not, then I'm laughing. I'm laughing. It ain't all your fault. Everybody's conditioned. Everybody brainwashed. But what else I'm gonna do? Laugh. Now there was another chick. Y'all know me. Whenever I see these, somebody always, it's always a hoe caping for a slut. You know, birds of a feather. So, and I know that's going down. But I'm unashamed of my stance. You know what I'm saying? I'm unashamed of my stance. So I'll just show up. And be like, I'm just here to admit to being a slut-shamer. And that's it. That's my only comment. Because I know it's going to be a hoe / slut to show up and be like, give you an example. The last time I did it, there was sure enough some random fat, ugly, stank, grimy looking gutter hoe, okay, who showed up and said to me, I can't get all the details because you know she deleted her comment, right? Yeah, come for me if you want to, because when you get through, you gonna wish you didn't, and I'm gonna be right there with you, because I'm gonna be like, hey girl, where you at? I thought we was bantering. Where you go? Come back. You jumped in my business. I didn't invite you. I wasn't talking to you. All these different opinions. Well, actually, most of them are same because so many humans are just the same motherfucker. But everybody's got their opinion and everybody posted in the public comments because that's what people do. And you just felt like mine wasn't sufficient enough for you. Okay. So this hoe, okay, I don't know, but she could be a retired hoe. And maybe she just feeling bad. Some people that used to be a hoe that ain't a hoe no more, they feel compassion. They get compassion pimped by the currently active hoes. Because the currently active hoes can be like, you remember how it was when you was in my situation? And then they'd be like, yeah, girl, yeah. I'm not saying that you should be insensitive. I'm just saying you should be hip to the game if you used to play it. Gullible hoe. This person got 500,000 followers. And on this particular post, he only got a couple of hundred comments. Yeah, y'all. That was probably my fault that he don't have as many comments. Because a lot more people probably wanted to say what she said. But after my response, I think they probably changed their mind. Okay? But I'm not sure what she said. But let me show you the two things she responded to. So under my original comment was, real simple, real short. Because I knew I could count on one misparented motherfucker show up. More than one, actually, but depending on how many times that person went back and forth with me would determine how many more would show up. So my comment was, I'm an unapologetic slut-shamer. So there's that. And I left it right there. I had a whole, I had a whole little novelette to write about it. But I learned that in environments and audiences like this, I want to interact as little as possible, unless I'm just in the mood to fuck with their head, because they don't have much of a mind in said head. So I said, so there's that. Oh, her name is, she is at Trip on the Way Over on Instagram. That's her name. At Trip on the Way Over. Basically, she said, does that make you feel better than other people? Blah, 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 blah. She went on a whole paragraph rant at me, okay? Which I don't mind. She went on a whole paragraph rant at me, basically saying, so you think you better than other people because you whatever, whatever. I was in the mood. So my response to her was, I never said it makes me better, nor that I feel like it does. You chose, capital, you chose. She made that choice to make that assumption based on the fact that I acknowledged a slut as a slut, and I care enough about my sisters to want them to care about themselves. But that's just me. I always got to put that, because it's always just me. But since we're chatting, what is it about you, all caps, about you, that made you chime in on how I feel about my preferences and my choices about how I access character, capitalized character, in the types of human I care for? Your premature assumptions actually say a lot about you. I bet everyone who knows you runs for the hills when they see you coming to micromanage. Please avoid procreating, because she's incapable of parenting, so please avoid procreating. And so I kind of waited for her to come back. I mean, since we're having this conversation, let's just go ahead and be open with it. Let's go ahead. So, and I came back. Where you at, boo? Where you at? I thought we were bantering. I thought we were having a discussion. Hello? 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 Stank hoe. Man, I swear to God. And if any millennials are watching this, and you do judge people by how their likes and follows and shit, she had 38 posts and like 100 likes or some shit. But that don't make her less valuable to me. I'm not that chick. That's my whole point. I'm not slut-shaming to make people ashamed of being human beings. I slut-shame because calling a slut is slut-shaming. So I slut-shame just like I call a beautiful motherfucker if they're beautiful, right? If you a slut and you're not ashamed of being a slut, then all of the shaming in the world can't make you ashamed of it, right? How is it even such a thing? How is slut shaming thing? Because if you're proud to be a slut and you a slut and you out there slutting, and you get the responses from dudes that slutting provokes, then you shouldn't be ashamed of what you are. Don't be ashamed. If you wear the uniform, do the job. I ain't ashamed to be a slut shamer. Don't be ashamed to be a slut. Because if you're ashamed to be a slut, maybe, bitch, you shouldn't be one. If you're not ashamed of the kind of dudes that be in the slut attract, be that slut hoe. Be that slut hoe. But don't be complaining to your squad about how bad that dude treats you. Don't do that. I ain't saying you deserve to be treated that way. I'm just saying you don't prohibit it. You don't prohibit that in life. You entice it. If you market your ass with if you market yourself with your TNA, you're gonna get purchased. That's all I'm saying. Stank hoe. And when you get with your dude, you're gonna be balling like I just was, but it ain't gonna be because of the love just overwhelmed you. You're gonna be on some where you can just relate to all these fuck girl ass memes about horrible relationships and how men act, how all men act, and then insert fuckboy behavior here. Men don't do that. All men don't do that shit you see. All men don't lie. All men don't cheat. None of them do. But the fuckboys you consider men do. I'm gonna preach this sermon so many times. I ain't gonna preach it again on the video. I got a host of videos in my repertoire about that. All the support for how I feel is validated for how I choose to live my life. Now, all yours is validated for how you choose to live life, but then you can't just turn around and defend some bullshit-ass behavior and then think that a bullshit-ass relationship don't go with that behavior. They work as a team. And karma is the coach, bitch. Yeah, I said it. I said it. Karma is the coach. And that brings me back to something else. Y'all on this new thing, I should just do this thing where I post popular memes and crush them. Because everybody's in it, nobody's balanced. They're extremes to everything, right? Like, there are some people that are too prudish. They're too tied up with it, you know. The people can be, people don't never hear the part where I say, there's absolutely nothing wrong with being sexy and expressing your female prowess. I was laughing last night about the episode of Sanford and Son where Suge Avery was all up on Lamont. She had Lamont calling the, the aldermen in the neighborhood talking, black power in their ass. And she was just all up on him.
Now for our first caller. You're on the air, sir.
I want to complain about that new factory they put up over on Central Avenue. Now, that's an ugly building and an eyesore, and among other things, it's going to create parking problems and traffic jams and...
Did you hear that?
Oh, yeah. And now for some music.
Oh, Lamont, don't you care about what's happening in your community?
Of course I care what's happening in the community. More specifically, the block. Narrowing it down, this house. Pinpointing it, this sofa. I'm hitting it on the head, this cushion.
In this neighborhood.
Now, that factory might be an ugly building and an eyesore and everything, but it takes millions of people off unemployment and welfare and gives them steady jobs. In fact, I would do all that I could to encourage more trade in the area. To make jobs available for people that want to work and give them steady employment and pride and dignity so they can hold their heads up high. It's one thing to have trouble breathing, and it's another thing to have trouble eating. That's all I want to say. Thank you very much.
Suge Avery was Suge Avery long before Suge Avery was Suge Avery in The Color Purple. she was motivating men long before Color Purple. Excuse me. Yeah, these bitches killed me. Like, you haven't never used your feminine prowess to get something. Whether it was to get to the front of the line, somebody offer you some free something. It was another episode, again, Sanford and Son, where his niece came to visit. And she looked so much like Elizabeth must have, just took his little heart, and she was cute. She was so adorable. She was like 20-something, but she was so adorable. I was like, oh, look at her. And then they played the little ding-ding, the little piano music. I was like, oh, she is so cute.
Meet your niece, Elizabeth. Say hello to your Uncle Fred, Elizabeth. Hello, Uncle Fred.
Elizabeth.
I'm named after Aunt Elizabeth. You know, she died the year before I was born.
The spitting image of Elizabeth.
That's what my daddy says. Thanks so much for letting me stay here with you.
You even smell like Elizabeth.
Go get her bags and stop smelling her.
I was like, look at her. Oh, she just being so cute. So Uncle Fred. She kept saying, Uncle Fred, Uncle Fred. You know, Uncle Fred. And I was like, oh, Uncle Fred, give her whatever she wants. Give her whatever she wants. She's so cute. And then it made me think about me and my uncle, which everybody in every branch of the family knows that me and him are inseparable. And he got rushed to the hospital the same day that we took Mr. to the ER. But, anywho, yeah, doing the most in the name of feminism. Fuck you. You don't give a fuck about those women. You're encouraging them to go out and looking and behaving like a hoe. Just because you're free to do so. Just because you're free to do so. We also free. We all free to do so. Sandusky was free to rape those little boys. And if he wasn't white, he'd have got caught a lot sooner. But I'm not going to go there with that. That's not what this video is about. This video is about hoes having a problem with me for admitting to being a slut-shamer. And I'm not a technical slut-shamer. Slut-shamer where you seek out sluts and talk about whatever. And like I said, it's not really such a thing. Because if you're a slut and you proud of it, can't nobody make you be ashamed of it. Can't nobody make me be ashamed of having moral balance. And be like, look at her over there with all that moral balance. Oh, look at her. That's why she gonna end up with good people in her life. Look at her. I'm not ashamed of that, so that's not gonna really affect me, you know. But if I was ashamed of it, if somebody was like, "Oh, look at that crackhead. Oh, just teeth just falling out and looking terrible. Oh, she don't even take care of herself no more." And if I really was a crackhead, you know, that would make me feel bad. I would feel ashamed of that. Okay? Because I probably would have lost a bunch of people I love, pushed some people away out of my life because of my drug use. And, you know what I'm saying? I don't think y'all understand what slut-shaming. You know what? Never mind. I get the concept. But if you really care, all y'all that want to point out a slut-shamer, if you really gave a about your sisters and daughters and nieces and all the young women coming up behind you, especially if you really were a slut, especially if you really were, then you know what comes with being a slut and what kind of relationships and what kind of human beings you attract. And you would not want that for any young females that you genuinely, truly give a fuck about. I don't want none of my nieces to be a hoe, but if one of them gonna be a hoe, she ain't finna be able to tell me, well, probably twice, but not more than twice. She know her auntie ain't gonna be the one. You wanted to go out and be a slut. I don't know what to tell you, because I did my part by pre-warning you about what comes with that territory. I'm not gonna shame you for it. And bitch, you look good in them booty shorts. When I was young, I would have looked good in some booty shorts too. But I knew what kind of young man I was interested in. And I also look good in walking shorts. You know, if I look just as good in some walking shorts as I look in booty shorts, then I'm gonna wear the walking shorts. That's just me though. That's just me. Just me. Because one of my sisters capes for hoes. She cape for hoes. You know? And sometimes we have limited, we discuss it, you know, because I love her unconditionally. But ultimately, we don't have the same, actually, as she's gotten older, she's doing a lot less of that. Because she has other friends who also have the idea, concept. You know, you have these these adult age females who are telling these young girls, you know, do your thing, girl, because when I was your age, I was out there and I was getting all the men. You know, it's really adult age women promoting this to young females in the name of feminism and freely expressing your sexuality. And again, there's nothing wrong with expressing your sexuality. But their defense for me is, like, all these so-called classy people are still hoes, just not as publicly so. Exactly, bitch. I never did say that I wasn't a hoe for my man. But it's for my man. It's for someone who deserves me. Not for everybody. And then go out there and give it to everybody. And then one of the ones you don't want got something to say about it. He's harassing you. He's sexually harassing you. Well, don't put your sex out there for it to get harassed. How about that? I can't stand y'all procreators in this day and age. I can't stand you. You're not parenting. You're procreators. You're not parents. But thank God that there's a handful of parents out there. I see you. I see you out there. I see you, parents. I see you, Divinely Purple. I see you, Steph. I see you out there in these streets. Even with all the complications that come with parenting. There's some hurdles that got to be jumped, bitch. I know it. I know it's not easy. But some of y'all take some of the simplest parts and complicate them. So then when it comes down to the important morals you need to instill, there's no more room for them. Because they all in on the popularity and exposing everything else they have to offer that is of little to no value. They're TNAs. Everybody getting this, and that's the loophole. The Brazilian butt lift is a loophole because you can technically say, well, they took the fat out of my stomach and put it in my ass, so I don't have ass implants, and my waist is this snatch. Do what you're gonna do. I'm just glad you made out of the surgery alive, and I hope you survive all your maintenance checks that you gotta have every 2 years or however often it is these days that people with plastic surgery, cosmetic surgery, have to have for maintenance beyond that. So yeah, y'all doing the most. You letting your parents do the most. Okay. Yeah, I said it. Donda West. Yeah, I said it. Tina, Miss Tina. Evelyn Braxton's on her way. Yeah, I said it. Now, I can't say allow because they grown-ass people. But I can't say, I would let my mother do that if she needed to do that for her, you know, esteem or whatever. But I can't say let. How should I say this? I would supportively express my disdain and the fact that I don't support my mother having no kind of procedure. Them kind of procedures. But I would support her if she decided to do it anyway. I do get it. Especially when you get older. But it seems like to millennials, your health is secondary to what your appearance can attract. Excuse me. Your health is secondary to the popularity you can build. Right? Because y'all don't care about the quality. It's the number of people who you can get to go for whatever you say and agree with everything. Like, nobody's allowed to pump your brakes. Nobody's allowed to do that. Or they're a hater. Or even if they do it respectfully. Y'all's kids and y'all's parents disgust me. And that's why I embrace my introvertism. This is why. A new chick that I've discovered as of late. I love this bitch. She looked just like a production manager I had. She looked just like her in the wintertime. I'll say that. Because she looked a little paler than her. But not pale in a heavy way. Pale in a honey oak shade kind of way. Anyway. So this chick just did a new... That's what I was saying before. I should just post all these popular... I just get all these popular memes that y'all follow. And just crush them. I can crush them. I look at these memes and I'm like... Bitch, that's where your self-esteem is at? Like, that's where your self-esteem is at right now? Like, even the so-called conscious posts. Like, I look at them and I'm like, oh, I can't stand y'all. I can't stand society. But, yeah, I should just be I should be the meme crusher. I'm going to be the meme crusher. So, someone was saying, you know, there's always a don't judge me meme. And there's always something about judging people. And I agree that you should not judge a book by its cover. But I don't think that should even be a saying, because if humans were morally balanced as they should be, you wouldn't have to precede that with by its cover. If we were a society that was morally balanced as it should be, any judgment you pass would be character based. In the same breath, people say don't judge by a book by its cover. In the same breath, they will say, when someone shows you who they are, and they give Okra and Maya all the credit for having given birth to this cliche. But I knew this long before Okra and Maya Angelou said it. When someone shows you who they are, believe them. But I thought you wasn't supposed to judge anybody. And I thought everybody deserved a second chance. See, that's how you get your ass stomped emotionally by someone you trusted. That's how you get your feelings hurt. That's how you become a walking man. People don't get no pass with me. And in some cases, that's unfair. And 99.9% of the cases is because I have built my assessment from their behavior and their moral response to certain things. Not how they look. Yeah, you shouldn't judge a book by its cover. How they look, their physique, their sexual prowess. You know, how popular they are. But that's what people judge people on. And that's why you have to say stuff like that. Don't judge a book by its cover. It should be automatic that it's not by its cover. It should be automatic. But you should judge people. Because you turn around and tell your children, you know, when you see someone that's suspect, look like they might touch your children, you'll tell your kids, you know, be careful. You know, don't talk to strangers. Because you don't want Sandusky and them getting them. You don't want the Trumpsters getting a hold of your children, right? And pedophiling them. So do you know, did you think that you might be teaching your children to judge people? And bitch, you should judge people. Judge them on character though, and how they behave, how they respond to things, how they treat people, how they see people who would seem not to be valued to others, but are good people. But they think they're not valuable because they don't have a lot of followers. Or because they don't have their picture up in their avatar. Do you know how many years I went without a picture in my avatar? Because fuck everybody who wanted to be affiliated with me based solely on how I look. Fuck them. And then when they find out someone else enjoys me, sight unseen, and then then you see a picture of me, all of a sudden you back up in the picture. No, bitch. Ain't no second chance. Ain't no pass. That's what the video was about, giving somebody a pass. You know, everybody deserves a chance. Fuck that. I mean, but I'm speaking for me. That's just me. Because I'm not finna be a walking mat for a motherfucker showed me who they were. No. And the example she used was because, you know, I think somebody that she passed judgment on, she ended up being really good friends with them today. That's sweet and everything, but you was judging them on how much they smiled or not. That's something, that's a judgment that's a judgment call I almost never make. Because I know I'm not walking around looking like the smiley emoji. I don't. And it keeps weak people away. And weak people need to be away. Because it's not a good match. It's not a good social match. You know, guys used to be like, yeah, but you're, you know, a lot of people, and all the people that can find excuses about why I should be more approachable to people, those are the weak people that need to not, if we know, okay, good for you, go ahead, all right. I'm going to watch you in about 5 months when the mother feet done got you for your emotion. And you disappointed. Y'all kill me getting disappointed in people. You know why y'all always be disappointed in people? Because you expected more from them. You know why? Because you didn't judge them. And then when you're going through it with that motherfucker, we're not allowed to laugh. And we're also not allowed to say, I told you so. We're not allowed to do any of those things. Because it's insensitive. But the people who really feel me, they'll be like, no, what her problem is, she actually cares. She actually really cares. Maybe too much. And then when she sees it go down exactly like it was foreseeable to go down, she got tired of feeling I told you so. And not being allowed to say it, so she just laughed. Because that's what happened. I be laughing at stuff that was obviously going to go sour. I be laughing. Why do all popular YouTubers go through this? Because when quenched thirst comes to roost. That's why. It's just that my love is tough love. That's all it is. And just like y'all say, everybody has their weakness. My weakness is my ability to deal with weakness. It's piss poor. I can't. I won't. Actually, I can and have, and we'll probably have to again, like say in a work environment, because that's required. But socially, where I have a choice, personally, in my personal life, I don't have I wasn't built for it. I don't have a tolerance for bullshit. So I don't embrace it. I make note of it, cut that shit out. You gotta go. And I'm not even mad. You know, I think it's a blessing to, for us to notice that up front. You know, like y'all get mad because, ooh, he do this. You know, he not even a gentleman. He don't have no chivalry, whatever. He wouldn't even get her nails did. Or whatever number of things you think denotes manhood. And you get mad because somebody didn't do whatever. I don't get mad. I embrace the information. Ooh, thank you for letting me know you wasn't shit, so I don't have to really befriend you or even spend any social personal time with you. And don't ask me why multiple times, because I want to tell you the first time, but people think that's rude. People think honesty is rude. I don't know where they get that from. Okay, but everyone does, you know, because sometimes when Mr. and I are having it, and then he makes a point, and he's right, and I acknowledge that he's right, he thinks I'm being sarcastic. It happens with loved ones a lot, quite a bit. Because I don't talk to enough weak people for it to happen with them. But it happens with loved ones. Because people can't even deal with you acknowledging wrongness. Honesty is too much for the human species or something. I'm not mad when people show me who they are. I appreciate it. Now I know that we don't have to waste those energies. My energies are valuable, and they're becoming more valuable as I age. But they always were. I never, even as a child, I never fooled with foolishness. That's why I was saying how an indigo is different from a conscious person. An indigo has always been conscious. They just didn't have a label on it as consciousness. And because it's unheard of in children, when other people see it, they just assume you to be antisocial is a word they slap onto it. Quiet, they think you're quiet or shy. Nope. There just aren't very many humans I'll fool with. People should be given a pass. Okay, well, when you give that mug a pass, what I'm not going to want to hear is what they did with that pass. Because they'll take that pass and wrap it around your little neck. But what I will do is not judge somebody on how much they smile or not. Or how popular they are. I will do that. I'll refrain from judging on that. I'll refrain from judging on how many boyfriends or girlfriends they can get. I'll refrain from that. But I won't refrain on judging how they go about attracting people. I'm not going to refrain from judging on that. Because it's how I choose to assess the types of people I will and won't embrace into my personal life. I wound up stepping on toes in this video, didn't I? It's been a while though, right? It's been a while. I've been pretty gentle, I think, over the last couple of months, don't you? Don't you? In comparison, give somebody a pass. So everyone can be people can give people a pass, but they can't be an apologist for something. Like, which is it? Pick which one you want. Because apologists for racists, all they doing is giving their racists a pass. Maybe they're going through something. Maybe they had multiple experiences with black people. And so that's just their response. And coupled with the conditioning they've had from television and mainstream media and such, maybe that's why they're racist. So give them a pass. But from my neck of the woods, you're racist. There are no passes. There are no passes. Incidentally, though, if I have any privileged people who are not racist, I'm revamping my privileged family. Okay? Y'all know I have a plethora of, the United Colors of Benetton in my family, right? But in terms of my social life, like the last couple of projects I've worked on have been black projects. So it's kind of looking like I need to revamp my my white family, my privileged family. So come through, y'all. Come through. I know it's a handful of privileged people who aren't racist out there. I want me some white people again. I haven't ever gone this long without a good handful of white people closer up in my life. I miss y'all a little bit. I don't need it. I want it. I want some of everyone in my life.